strategies for teaching and learning going forward?
Okay, so we've come on a journey since being here, and teaching and learning has strengthened every week as far as I'm concerned, and we've focused on ensuring that there's activities that will engage students in learning, and that it will be child-centred or student-centred learning activities that happen inside the classroom. Moving forward, I want to strengthen that across the whole school, because there's still some pockets of where there's inconsistency, and so I want to make sure that every child going into any class or in any lesson gets exactly the same provision. But what I also want to do is to try to flip that education so that we really understand that the student is in control of their learning, and that we make sure that students are lifelong learners. And part of that is that we'll have a focus on the flipped learning that happens, i.e. you will do research and projects and learning outside of the classroom, which you'll be able to bring into the classroom to really enhance that learning and understanding, but then applying it to different situations. And through that, we'll make sure that you not only learn the skills that you'll be able to hold you in good stead moving forward, so when you go to university or apprenticeships or whatever else it is that you'd like to do, and you'll become lifelong learners, but also that you'll make rapid progress and support the learning of other students in the classroom as well.
How do you feel about teaching and learning in the school?
As I said, I think we've done an absolutely amazing job, and what I really love is the fact that I've got students like yourselves who have really embraced what we're doing here and the ethos that we have around respect and being a Chadwell student, and that really brings into alignment the pastoral and behaviour structures with teaching and learning, and through that together we've managed to make massive progress inside the classroom. And the best thing and the thing that I absolutely love is walking around the class and walking around the school and down the corridors and poking my heads into lessons and hearing learning going on, because I don't want to hear quiet classrooms. I want to hear students talking about learning, developing understanding, feeding back into what others know and enhancing their learning. And we've really come a long way in the last 2 years to make sure that that is everywhere across the school. And what I really love to see is where the students are picking up mistakes that they've made, and they're correcting, and they're closing the gap on their knowledge, and they're applying that to other situations. And I think we've done a really good job, and I'm really excited about where we're going to move together over the coming years.
How do you feel about being head teacher at Chadwell Youth Academy?
A massive source of pride. I've always wanted to be a head teacher. I've always wanted to shape education for students and to do what I can to not only help students with that next step in life, wherever that is, whether it's a profession, a university placement or apprenticeship or anything else that's out there, but really about making sure that my students are happy, that they're safe, and that they're provided with all the opportunities that I wish I would have, or that my children would have if they're in a school or when they're in schools. And that's how I lead my school, is around providing every opportunity that you could possibly have. And I think about, what is it, if you were my child, what is it I would want for you? If I was in charge of everything to do with your education, how can I strengthen that? And that's how I hopefully lead the school, in that I'm providing you with all of those opportunities so that you can come out, be happy, safe and well-rounded individuals. Because it's not just about whether you can do the academic subjects, it's about those opportunities and the leadership skills and everything else that I'm trying to bring in here and give you as opportunities for your own growth.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What lessons do you feel like you learn the most in?
I feel like I learn the most in history because we watch videos, and I think that helps us to visualise how the events played out.
I feel like I learn the most in English because I feel like I can use my imagination and I can rehearse my skills.
Immediately when you say that, I think of science, because science is engaging as soon as I get in. For example, practicals.
The lesson I learn the most in is PE, because we do physical education and we learn about all the muscle groups.
How and what way do you feel like you learn the best?
I feel like I learn visually. So for example in maths, we use a lot of diagrams, and I think that helps me to understand the answers to things.
I feel like I'm an interactive learner. For example, when I'm moving, my mind is really active.
I think I'm a visual learner because when the teachers do the examples, I can pick up all the details and then do it in the practical.
So I think I learn the best when I'm listening, like verbally, because it's just, I understand it better.
How do you think a teacher could help a student learn more?
I think teachers need to give more constructive criticism to a student so they can look back on their mistakes.
I think a way that a teacher could help their students learn more is understanding them and also having patience, as well as challenging them more.
One way is to give feedback and develop knowledge.
I think that a teacher can help us learn more by doing more practicals so we can see how things work.
How do you feel teacher and learning has changed in the past 2 years?
These past 2 years, I've seen teacher and learning improve a lot, especially through interactive activities such as whiteboard work. So for instance, in economics, we do a lot of retrieval work on whiteboards. For instance, drawing graphs and answering questions on whiteboards.
Okay. What would you say has been the best about being a Chadwell Heath Academy student for the past 7 years?
The best thing about being here has actually been the support and also the people in Chadwell Heath. I feel really safe in this environment, and I don't feel any sort of unnecessary pressure on me. I feel that teachers have really supported me during these last 7 years, especially to improve myself, improve my grades, through module sheets, through talking to me after school sessions. All these aspects have really helped my learning.
How do you feel teacher and learning has improved in the last 2 years?
Yep, so I think it has definitely helped me with my media work. We use trackers in media, so whenever I haven't done something or whether I have, on the tracker I get to know exactly what I have done because it will be marked in either red or green, and that can be easily accessed on the student drive as well as on the cloud drive. So whenever I'm at home and I'm working with my own MacBook, I can access that easily, as well as when I'm here and I want to work on the Macs that we have over here, I can also access that with ease. So I think that's a really good way to help me, keeping on time with my coursework.
Okay, what's the best part about being a Chadwell Heath Academy student for the last 7 years?
Yeah, so I definitely think that Chadwell Heath Academy has given me an array of different, opportunities. One of them being I was able to participate in the Jack Pitchy speech, and that was a great time. I got to learn a lot of different skills, especially public speaking, and I got to compete regionally as well. So it definitely helped me, practice my confidence, a lot of things like that. And now that I have done that, I can also put that on my personal statement. Whenever I'm applying to jobs, I can put that on my CV as well. As well as that, Chadwell has offered me so many other things. Like I've been able to, because I play the piano, I've even performed during assemblies, during open evenings, whatever, and that also ties into how we also have a lot of events. Like we have bake sales, but we also have open evenings, as I just mentioned. So things like that help me to build my portfolio and talk to employees when I'm applying to jobs about what I've done. I've worked as a team, I've worked independently, I've gotten better at my organisation skills. So it's helped with a lot of different things. So I think that if I wasn't at Chadwell Heath Academy, I wouldn't have been able to have those opportunities that I have done.